What's up, guys? In this video, we shall be talking about the most repeated types based on linear inequations. If you're still lacking the basics from this chapter, please watch the previous video and then only start off with this video, else it won't make any sense. Now, I'm hoping that you guys have watched the other video, so let's dive into the thing directly. Again, the first part of any question is the main part. I'll write Q, and this part is the condition. And our job is to align the question with the condition only at the last part. But if you see, in the previous video, we spoke about something called as real numbers and whole numbers. But whole numbers as well as natural numbers. This specific question deals with real numbers. Should you make any change? The answer is a no. There, the solution set, you'll have exact numbers. Here, the solution set, it'll be more of an equation kind of thing. Okay, that's the main difference. So always understand, when the condition is real numbers, you are not getting any numbers as your solution. You're getting more of an equation kind of thing. Now, how do we solve it? Again, focus on the main question. Here, if you see, the main question has three parts here. Three parts. Okay. So the first part, I'll number it. Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. Always remember, when there are three parts given, you cannot solve all three together, which means you're supposed to break them down into two different parts. Two different questions, in fact. So first, we solve the first two parts together. In the second half, we solve the second and the third part together. It's very important for us to break this down. Now understand, I'll write them separately right now. 1 by 3, the symbol remains as it is, and the second part also, but this time I'll try to simplify the fraction, the mixed fraction. So it becomes 3 times 1 is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4. The answer is 4 by 3. I draw a line so that I'm trying to distinguish between both the things. Now I copy the second part as it is. X by 2 minus 4 by 3. Copy the symbol as it is, 1 by 6. In the previous video, in the basics video, in fact, I specified, do not get scared or do not get confused looking at the sign. Treat them just as an equal to symbol. Now, whatever you guys would perform with an equal to, do the same thing with this also. Now, let's solve the first part together. Let's solve the first two together. Here, I can see that x by 2 is on my right side. No problem. So I'll keep the x by 2 there itself. In simple language, I am trying to separate all the letters and all the numbers. So I'll keep the symbols as it is. The minus 4 by 3 comes to the other side. It becomes a plus 4 by 3. I'll make the change here. So it becomes plus 4 by 3. Minus 1 by 3 was anyways as it is. Now the only way to solve my left hand side in this case is by taking LCM. Obviously, it's going to be simple because both the numbers are same. So the thing becomes 3. 4 minus 1 is anyways 3. The symbol remains as it is, x by 2. It gets cancelled. The answer is 1. Now, what do? I have no choice but to crisscross. So after crisscross, the answer becomes x. This is the thing. Okay, I've boxed it, keep it as it is. Is this my final answer? No, this is a simplified version of the first two parts of the question. Now we'll try to simplify the second two parts, the 2 and the 3 parts. Okay, so again, same logic. I keep the letters as it is, the symbol also as it is. 1 by 6, the minus 4 by 3 comes this side, becomes plus 4 by 3. Now I'll pause for a second and tell you guys one thing. See, there's a lot of confusion happening with, what if you keep shifting? Should you should you change the symbol? As long as you guys think of it as an equal to, do not do anything else. Follow your basic algebra and everything will fall in place. Okay. Now, x by 2 remains as it is. The symbol also there. LCM, when there are multiples of each other, the bigger number becomes the denominator. Common sense. So it becomes 6. So the answer is 1 plus 3 times 2 is 8. 3 times 2, 4 times 2 is 8. Done. X by 2. 9 by 6 is my thing. This can get simplified. 3 times 2, 3 times 3. Done. 2 and 2 gets cancelled. X. Done. So if you see, I have two boxes as my answer. Now, which one should I choose? No choosing. Combining both only will give you an answer right now. So please focus. Answer my question right now. In both the boxes, I can only see one letter being repeated twice. What's that letter? X. So you write X in between. Okay? Follow the rule. Now, apart from that, I have two rules. Sorry. Apart from that, I have two numbers. One number is 2, one number is 3. Now follow carefully. The lower number is always on your left side, which means compare. 2 and 3. Which one is lower? 2. So blindly write 2 on your left side. Automatically 3 becomes my right side. Writing this is like a building bridge. Fine. Now let's try to play with the signs. Between x and 2, I take use of the first box. There's a symbol where the mouth opens towards the x. That common sense, like 6th or 7th standard you guys learned, no, the same sense will be applying here. Similarly, the opening is towards the 3 here, and this is my final answer. In simple language, this is my solution set. I'm supposed to put a comma. I'll write x belongs to real numbers. Are we done with the right final answer? Not yet. One small part of drawing the number line is remaining, but drawing the number line depends out and out only on this specific thing called a solution set. So it's very important for us to get it right. Now focus. How do we read this? We always start off with the letter. In this case, it's x. So it says, we go to the left hand side first. x is greater than or equal to 2, x is greater than or equal to 2 and x is less than 3, which means all my answers are between this specific range. So I'll try to represent the same thing on the number line. Regular number line need not teach you guys. I'll write -2, -1. The center is always 0, +1, +2, +3, 4 and keeps going. Okay. Now focus. Wherever there's an equal to symbol, in this case towards 2 there's an equal to symbol. On the number line it is always represented by two things, either lines or curves. What are they? Lines or curves. Wherever there's an equal to symbol, just like this case, that specific point will be represented by a line. And wherever an equal to is missing, that specific point will be represented by a curve. So let's get into this specific thing. Here I can see x is greater than or equal to 2. So I find 2 on my number line. I'll draw a line. Important. Then I'll go find 3 because that's the second number. 3 is close by. Cool. But should I use a line or curve right now? Obviously a curve because there's no equal to symbol here. So I go to 3, I draw a curve. Now I've drawn one line, one curve. My answer is not yet done. I'll have to join them. Now right now it is hollow. No keeping it hollow. You are supposed to shade it. The moment you're done shading, go to the right side of the number line and please make sure you guys write the condition. In this case, the answer is x belongs to R. So to recap the last part, once you write the solution set, it has to be represented on a number line, which can be done by using two things, either lines or curves. The lines are always based on wherever an equal to is present. Wherever it is absent, it obviously will get compensated by the curve there. So keep this in mind. So based on the similar question, we'll solve one more type. This also has been asked most in the board exam. Again, check the condition says here real numbers, which means my solution set looks like an equation. Done. Keep that in mind. Now, by chance it was whole numbers, you do not expect your solution set to look like this. It will be specific answers, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Okay. But here it's again real numbers. Now, how do we solve? First, try to analyze the question. There are 3 parts. Can't solve all of them together. So yes, it is our duty to bifurcate them into 1, 2 and 3 parts. I'll solve 1 and 2 together. Later, 2 and 3. The 1 and 2 parts are, I copy paste that. Careful, this has a lot of negative signs. No problem. But while copying the question, you might go wrong. So avoid that mistake. Okay, now I'll tell you what I've seen kind of different here. Usually we get that symbol of equal to on our left side. Here it is kind of different, which means be careful. Okay, now I'll solve it. Again, basic algebra. I'll try to separate all the letters and the numbers. But this case, if you see, the thing having the letter X is negative. I do not want that to be negative. So I shift the 2x by 3 to the other side. It becomes plus 2x by 3. The symbol as it is. Minus 1 by 2. Careful. Remains as it is. The minus 3 from the left hand side comes this side, becomes plus 3. This is where majority of them go wrong. Now you'll obviously ask me a question. Doesn't the symbol in the center change? Do not think about that. Okay. Ignore that. Think about it just like an equal to thing. Okay. Just keep doing your stuff. So 2x by 3 remains as it is. On the right side, I can see 2 as LCM. Minus 1 as it is. Plus into 2 gives you 6. So on simplification, I get the left hand side as it is. Becomes 5 by 2. What else can be done here? I can crisscross maximum keeping the x as it is. X same, symbol same. 5 times 3 gives you 15. 2 times 2 gives you 4. X is less than this decimal is 3.75. So I would never try to keep the answer as fraction whenever I'm trying to represent something on the number line. Okay. Because if I ask you 15 by 4 lies between what number and what number, you might not know it exactly at that point of time. Okay. If you're a genius, you'll know it. But apart from that, you'll have to understand. Okay. So the moment I convert in terms of decimals, even a kid will be able to tell that 3.75 obviously will lie between 3 and 4. So it makes your answer much more specific, much more easier for the person to correct also. Okay, so I would not keep fractions as my answer. I would always try to convert in terms of decimals whenever it comes to real numbers. Will they give you marks? 100%. They have no choice. Now, the first 2 parts were solved. The 2 and 3 parts will solve right now. So I'll keep the minus 1 by 2 as it is, the symbol as it is. The 5 by 6 comes to the left side, becomes minus 5 by 6. The 2x by 3 goes to the right side. Done. So the LCM here is 6 minus 1. Okay, sorry. LCM is 6. So it becomes minus 3 minus 5 as it is 2x by 3. On simplification, I get the answer as minus 8 by 6. 2x by 3. What can be done? Just see. We'll just crisscross. So it becomes minus 8 into 3 divided by 6 into 2. Symbol remains as it is with the x there. 3 times 2, 2 times 4, 2 times 2. So the answer is minus 2 with the symbol. See, from that time, I kept on repeating the word symbol, symbol, symbol. I can use the word greater than, equal to, all these things. But why? These aren't my final answers. Based on these two boxes, I'll try to construct my solution set. Now that's my step. Now, guys, again, focus. In both these boxes, just like the way I asked you in the previous time, check what letter has been repeated twice. X. So you put X in between. Now is the crucial step. Compare both the numbers. You have plus 3.75, you have minus 2. Common sense. Which one is a lesser number? Obviously minus 2. The lesser number has to be on your left. So write that on your left, and automatically 3.75 is on your right. Now obviously go back to those specific boxes and try to fill the signs. Towards the minus 2 box, I can see the opening is towards X. Similarly, towards the 3.75, it is here. This is my construction. This is my construction of solution set. Obviously, I forgot to put that condition. You write that. Now focus. I'm supposed to draw a number line. Okay, no problem. This number line is slightly more. Minus 3, I start with minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I write X belongs to R right now. Now careful. Just now I told you, whenever representing lines whenever representing on the number line, if it's an equal to symbol, lines will be used. If there's no equal to symbol, curves will be used. Now let's go look for it. Right now, there's an equal to symbol with respect to minus 2. You put a line there. Important. Common sense. 3.75 will lie where? Between 3 and 4. Between 3 and 4, the center exactly is 3.5. So it will be slightly towards 4. So somewhere here. Okay, I use a curve there. Why? Because it is not that equal to symbol is missing. So once I use that curve there, left hand side there's a line there. I connect both of them. Should I leave it hollow? Not required. I'm supposed to shade it. This will be your answer for this specific solution set. Okay, I hope you guys got this. If you guys haven't got it, make sure you guys re-watch this video again. I'm not trying to promise you anything, but any board exam question based on linear inequations will keep following the same type of questions. Okay, nothing else can be asked. In fact, if they change the R to N or W, it means they're trying to simplify. Okay, they're not trying to complicate your life at all.
Anything else, Professor?
Subscribe.